This week on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank, the East Bay basketball star living in his father's legacy. We'll meet the top CCS basketball player as well and see how he is coping with COVID.
We'll also hit the ice with one of the nation's very best figure skaters, and we'll meet Duke Reeder, lacrosse player turned football star. It's all next on 49ers Cal High Sports.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We begin tonight with a San Jose soccer player and his passion.
Vayun Tiwari travels the world taking pictures of birds. He's so good at it, he recently won a prestigious national award. When he's not at school or on the soccer pitch, you will find Vayun Tiwari here, somewhere in the wilderness searching for birds to photograph.
What got me started in photography was mainly my dad's photos, which I've been looking at since I was very young. And then at the age of 7, my family and I went on a birding trip to the Everglades, and since then I've basically been birding. So that's more than half my life, and I've been submitting photos to contests and to my school and just making calendars for raising money. So it's basically been like the main element of my life.
Birding can mean different things to different people, but for Vayun, it means traveling the world, getting shots of lots of different birds.
I want to get as many species as I can, so right now I have maybe 750 species all across the world, and most that anyone has is close to 10,000, so I hopefully want to get some pretty high number. So right now the main part is just getting the light behind you so that the photo's not backlit. And then you also want a clear shot. It's okay if there's some branches around the legs.
Vayun is really good at this, so good he just won a National Audubon Society First Place Award for this picture, shot on a river in Belize.
And it came when the jacana was looking straight into the lily flower, and you could see the top of his head. So although you can't see the entire face of the bird, those are the types of photos that people like, that are interesting, not just standing photos of birds.
Vayun was thrilled to win the award. It was something he never expected.
I was pretty shocked. So they were like sending me, okay, you made it in through the final round, send us the original photo unedited and stuff. So I didn't think I had that great of a chance because I know there's some pretty good youth photographers. So I was pretty impressed. At first I didn't believe it because the email they sent was pretty bland, like, oh, congratulations, you've won. And I kind of oh, okay.
Vayun stalks his photographic prey with the stealth manner of a hunter. During this outing, we spotted a great blue heron in the brush. Vayun worked his way around without disturbing the bird to get a shot he thought was just right.
Birds are just, they're different. So everyone has their different thing that they're interested in. Some people like architecture, photography. I like birding because it's just something new that no one really does. All the birds are colorful. There's something different about each bird, and it's just a way for me to express my love for birds.
Vayun is an environmentalist. He uses his pictures to help support causes that help preserve a bird's natural environment.
So for example, there was a newly discovered hummingbird in Ecuador, which we went to go see. And through my photos, I raised money so that they could build a reserve there, which they have, so that's pretty cool.
Vayun will be a junior on the Harker soccer team this year. While there is not a lot in common with soccer and birding, the soccer does help.
Soccer kind of fits into photography. I know a lot of my friends who are in journalism do photography and soccer, so I'm not personally in journalism, but I give them tips on how to take better photos. And I think photography and soccer go together because when I go on trips, I go up high and I have to hike a lot, and soccer builds up my stamina and leg muscles and all that.
Vayun will continue to track down birds and collect as many pictures as he can of as many species as he can. Vayun is just a junior this year, but he's looking at colleges now and hopes to take his passion for birding with him wherever he goes. It was so fun doing that story out in the wilderness, and to be able to find that great blue heron was really
Yeah, just in your backyard too.
kind of close to my house. Yeah, it was
Just
nice.
a little. All right, Stevens Creek Chevrolet brings us the Spirit Corner each week.
This week we feature the Carlmont High School cheer team. Coming up, the soccer star who's a winner in 2 countries.
And later, the Salesian basketball star with a D1 scholarship itching to play this season. We'll meet DeMarshe Johnson Jr. coming up. 49ers Cal High Sports. We'll be back in a moment.
Some see a grilled cheese sandwich and ask why. I see a new kitchen with a grill and ask why not.
I really need to start adding less to cart and more to savings.
Sitting on this couch so long made me want to make some changes, starting with this couch.
Yeah, I need a house with a different view. And this is the bank that will help you do it all. Because at U.S. Bank, our people are dedicated to turning your new inspiration into your next pursuit.
Look at you. No braces, all the internet you can handle. I wasn't so lucky.
Invis is not your parents' braces. Invis is predictable, less painful, more comfortable. Invisalign.
When I first came here, my goal was to be a contributing player on my high school's JV football team. The center actually not only helped me achieve my goals, but exceed even what I initially set out to do. I was able to continue playing football professionally through a lot of the things that I learned at the Regis Center. The Regis Center is a place to help you achieve your goals and then, tailor it to whatever the person's goals might be.
1, 2, 3.
Get ready to cheer for your next new or used car at Stevens Creek Chevrolet.
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
We're ready to make your buying experience safe and easy. Come to our dealership to see and test drive one of hundreds of great Chevrolet cars and trucks. Or you can go online to shop, order, and have your new car delivered right to your door. So get fired up for a great deal right here at
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
It's understandable to feel anxious, stressed, or lonely because of COVID-19. Physical separation, your own health, and the health of friends and family can weigh heavily on you. Call a timeout on work. Get a game plan for mental wellness with crucial mental health resources from CalHOPE. We'll help you carry the ball. Call 1-833-317-HOPE to talk to someone who can help, or visit calhope.dhcs.ca.gov. CalHOPE, official partner of the San Francisco 49ers.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Invisalign, transforming smiles, changing lives. By Stevens Creek Chevrolet, find new roads. By Wingstop, order Wingstop's new all-in bundle, just $19.99. See wingstop.com for restrictions and details. And by Cupertino Electric, the company delivering power and possibilities and celebrating student athletes making a positive impact.
Welcome back to Levi Stadium and the NBC Sports Studio. Adobe brings us stories each week of athletes performing at their peak.
Danielle Podlosky joins us with the story of a soccer star and his journey to the United States.
Aubrey, last season Santa Clara star forward Tamba DiMattia netted 16 goals and was named the MVP of the De Anza division. This year, Tamba is aiming to score even more goals, nearly double that amount in his senior year. When you ask Santa Clara senior forward Tamba DiMattia what is his favorite thing about soccer, his answer is simple.
Winning, yeah. Winning. That's the best thing. You can't replace it.
That winning mentality is on display each time Tamba takes the field.
He likes to win. He's aggressive. He wants to be challenged every time. He never wants to lose that ball. He wants to make that pass to an open teammate, or he wants that pass to come in there that he can put it in the net.
Tamba is originally from Sierra Leone, Africa.
There was a civil war in Sierra Leone, and our family felt as if coming to America would provide a better opportunity for us. So my dad, brother, and I, we traveled to Senegal and a little bit more, and then we came to America.
When Tamba first arrived in the United States, he immediately tried to fit in.
I think migrating to America, you kind of lose your sense of identity for a minute because you're like, you know, the kid with the weird accent. So everybody's like, why do you look like that? Why do you talk like that? And then you just want to start doing everything more normalized, so you start playing football, which is the most American thing that I know.
But Tamba quickly switched over to soccer, a sport his older brother saw played back in Africa.
I watched my brother play against grown men. He was a child, and he was very motivational in my decision to play soccer.
Tamba would train with Sa, who now plays Division II soccer at Sonoma State.
I always remember when we would start training, he would have me do liners, and I would go up and down the field, throw up, come back, throw up again.
Those sprints, although tough, seemed to pay off.
His speed is unbelievable. The fastest person that I ever, on the soccer field I've seen.
Tamba is eagerly waiting for the season to start. He is setting high expectations for himself in his senior year.
With the pandemic, hopefully we do have a season, and if we do, I really would like to score 36 goals, and that's the end mark.
With Tamba's skills and athleticism, anything is possible.
I can see him doing it. In his mindset, he's a senior. You develop a little bit, you're a little bit bigger, a little quicker, a little bit better on ball skills. I can see him scoring 36. That's I love that. I'll be very happy as a coach, I'm not gonna lie.
Tamba hopes to follow in his brother's footsteps and play soccer in college.
I want to play at a very good D1 school, and I've been lucky enough, even through the pandemic, to be, truly blessed to talk to some really good opportunities, and I hope for the best.
Tamba DiMattia is a quick, dynamic forward, one who loves to win and is willing to do whatever it takes to lead his team to victory. Tamba is carefully weighing all of his college options. He wants to make sure that the school is a great fit both athletically and academically, and plans to make a decision soon.
All right, whoever gets him, going to be very lucky.
Super lucky.
Will he join his brother at Sonoma State? His brother is.
You'll have to wait and find out.
Who would want that?
D2, they are a great program, especially the girls.
Yeah, it's the best D12 program in college. Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us Aubrey went to Sonoma State. That's the joke behind that. Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us the Volunteer Award. Each week, the volunteers all become eligible for $10,000 in scholarships given out by Lexus of Stevens Creek at the end of the year.
This week's Lexus of Stevens Creek Volunteer Award goes to Kaysen Pells from De La Salle High School. Kaysen helped organize the annual cereal drive at De La Salle, raising more than $16,400 for the Monument Crisis Center. Kaysen talks about why it's so important to volunteer.
Volunteering is super important to me because I'm super fortunate in life, and there's a lot of people in our community that aren't as fortunate and that really need the help of others. And I just love helping other people, just making the community a better place. It's just an awesome thing to do.
Coming up, DeMarshe Johnson Jr. playing in his father's footsteps. That story is next.
And later, one of the world's top figure skaters going to high school in San Francisco. Kate Wong's story coming up.
People always ask me what I got on. They be like, hey, Brandon, what you got on? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Invis is everything braces isn't. More comfortable, fewer emergency appointments. Invisalign.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we're in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Go to SB Live California as your destination for the very best in local high school sports coverage online. SB Live brings sports fans exclusive articles, highlights, coaches, polls, and photo galleries. Get the SB Live app for the latest scores from games played all around the Bay Area and California. This season, SB Live brings you exclusive content in partnership with 49ers Cal High Sports. Follow us at SB Live CA on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. SB Live, the Bay Area's first destination for the latest in high school sports.
Invis is everything braces isn't. Eating the foods you love, life uninterrupted. Invisalign.
High school Eagles, and you're watching 49ers Cal High.
Each week, U.S. Bank helps bring you stories of inspirational athletes who amaze us.
Aubrey DeMarche Johnson Jr. has grown up with everyone expecting him to become a great basketball player, just like his dad. Now with a D1 scholarship in hand, DeMarche is ready to go beyond his father. In 2001, before 9/11 and the current COVID pandemic, a 6'9", razor-thin power forward at Oakland Tech named DeMarche Johnson was lighting up a league known for its thrilling style of play and high-flying hoop stars. This team playing very well, but you have one goal in mind. Tell me what you guys hope to do.
To win state. I mean, that's our whole objective as a team.
Playing in the OEL was probably the most fun I had playing basketball. Just because of the atmosphere. Every game is highly competitive, regardless if it's a big name. The teams are going to bring everything they have every game, and just that environment. It wasn't anything like that. Even playing in college and playing overseas, like that environment, like that intense environment was probably some of the most fun I had playing basketball.
In 2020, a new 6'9" sensation named DeMarche Johnson will hit the court with a D1 scholarship to San Diego State in hand and big goals for his senior season.
To me, it was unbelievable of me getting recruited by that level of a college team, because they were pretty high ranked up last year. So that was a pretty big honor to get that call.
DeMarche Jr. is working hard on his game during the pandemic. The last 18 months have proven this son of the Oakland Tech star can be just as good as his legendary father.
We knew DeMarche because of his father, to be honest with you. We remember his father playing in Oakland and all that stuff. And, we were just excited to have him. We knew that we were going to have a player that was going to develop and grow personally and athletically and emotionally, all kinds of ways here at Salesian.
When I was younger, it was kind of me living off his name, and then as I developed as a player, started to make my own name for myself.
DeMarche Sr. struggled after high school. He had a scholarship to Louisville promised, then taken away.
Me, at that time, I was telling a lot of schools and head coaches, like, no, like I'm going to Kentucky, which is a horrible thing to do, looking back on it, but when the Louisville situation popped up, I was really excited, and I go out there on a visit and everything was perfect. And then I come home, and I think the day before I was going to commit there, he retired. And everything kind of just went up in the air.
After attending prep school, DeMarche Sr. attended Diablo Valley College and then University of Nevada. In that time, he and Larisha Smith had a son, DeMarche Jr. While Senior was trying to save his basketball career, and with mother and son in Oakland, the family split apart. Larisha would raise her son as a single mom.
I just had to do what I had to do, and he depended on me to take care of him. So I had to get multiple jobs to make sure he didn't want for anything. I made sure that I spent time with him to make sure he didn't lack that love and support. I make sure I show up to his games and make sure he hears me so he knows that I'm there supporting him. I'm the good and the bad cop when it comes to raising him. So that's just the role that I had to take.
She sacrificed a lot for me. She took on multiple jobs at one time just to put me through basketball or other sports that I played at the time to help pay for that so I can go have fun and expose myself to other people in basketball.
The father and son have kept in contact over the years, but not what this basketball-playing prospect would have liked from his father.
As I was growing up, he wasn't really there. It was just me and my mom for a while, and then my sister came along. And yeah, I just had to deal with that growing up.
You know, it's kind of sad because me being a high school coach, our seasons are parallel, so I don't have the time to, come up and watch him play, especially during his high school season. But when they would come out here for the summer, for all those tournaments in Vegas, I would, make sure I went out there and checked them out.
Now the two are looking to rebuild their relationship, something both said they really want to do.
I'm kind of close to them. I'm starting to get close to them again, kind of. So it's a process.
I'm beyond proud of him. Like I said, I was able to watch his basketball career, especially throughout the summers. And I would say within the last year or so, he's really turned the corner. And he became a lot more focused.
DeMarshe Jr. has grown not only in size but in ability. He has gone from a timid freshman to a more aggressive player who is working hard to improve his game every day, even during a pandemic.
I feel like, to me, the pandemic has been an actual good thing. I've been working out, or when the pandemic first hit, I was working out a lot by myself, getting myself ready for when the season came back around.
Shay's mom is still the driving force in his life, attending every game. She is his biggest fan.
It's been a joy, and I'm a big, huge basketball fan, so I don't mind that. And I'm a big sports fan, period. When he played baseball, when he did karate, so I was there for all of it and loved being out there. So not even just to support him, but I just love sports, period.
Now DeMarshe Jr. concentrates on his basketball, and his mom makes sure he concentrates on his grades. With both father and son determined to rebuild their relationship and a college scholarship set, DeMarshe Jr. hopes his post-high school career can go smoother than his father's 20 years ago. DeMarshe really took off toward the end of last season. He's looking forward to getting back on the court before taking off to San Diego State in the fall and playing this season his senior year, so hopefully that'll happen.
And it's great that he and his dad now have a relationship. They're making an effort.
They're doing a good job. They both really want to build their relationship, and it's going to happen.
All right, thanks, Robert. Wingstop brings us the Wings of an Angel honor each week, where a student athlete talks about their favorite teacher.
Here's David Bean from Clayton Valley talking about his favorite teacher, Anthony Anderson, better known as Matrix.
Mr. Anderson is my favorite teacher because he's just a cool guy to be around. He understands what the children are going through here at school, and you can always go talk to him.
Our Wings of an Angel teacher will receive a Wingstop gift card for doing such a great job.
Wingstop is also honoring Terry Blanchard, a Wingstop owner who passed away this past spring from COVID-19. Wingstop will be supporting scholarships for athletes of color in Terry's honor. Those scholarships to be presented at our awards ceremony in June.
Coming up, we'll meet Mitty's Mikey Mitchell, heading to Pepperdine next year, but right now, getting ready for spring basketball.
And later, the championship game from our E-Game tournament. 49ers Cal High Sports will return in a moment.
Are you ready to sink your teeth into a lemon peppery, sweet and spicy Korean cute-tastic mango habanero
masterclass in all things wings?
Yes, I am.
Are you though?
I'll take that.
All right.
When the dinner craving hits, Wingstop delivers. Get free delivery for a limited time at wingstop.com.
Piercy Honda, located right off Highway 880 in Milpitas, is where you will find hundreds of new and pre-owned Hondas to choose from. Low credit score, no credit, first-time buyer? No problem, Piercy Honda can help. Find us online at piercyhonda.com to search our inventory, calculate your payments, and even complete your purchase. Piercy Honda is home to great customer service, great deals, and a more convenient way to buy a new or pre-owned Honda. Go to Piercy Honda in Milpitas.
The Guzmans were about to close on a home they adored, but at the last minute, their mortgage company denied their loan because the unusual home didn't meet their usual loan requirements. Heartbroken, they turned to Tri-Counties Bank home mortgage loan specialist Vincent Pagara. Specializing in custom loans for unique homes, his team quickly designed a creative solution, uniting the Guzmans and their home just in time. That's a perfect match. For personalized problem solving, switch to Tri-Counties Bank. Service with solutions.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. By the Reiki Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. By Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions. 12 locations now open in the Bay Area. And by the Serena Group, here for good.
I'm Kathleen Pazine with Sereno Group Real Estate, and I'm proud to support Bay Area high school sports on the 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
We are back at Levi Stadium with this week's DGDG.com Teacher Athlete.
Mikey Mitchell is the reigning WCAL Basketball Player of the Year. The point guard for the Mitty Monarchs believes he has something to prove. When Mikey Mitchell puts on that Mitty uniform and performs as one of the best point guards in the Bay Area, it's all part of a dream in the making.
Ever since I was little, my dream was to go to the NBA, and I was always taught by my mom and my dad to go after your dreams.
Mikey's dream began here at the Theme Gym, home of the Mitty Monarchs, before Mikey was even a student.
Growing up, I went to all of the games, Aaron Gordon, Drew Gordon, just all those games, and I just always dreamed playing point guard for Mitty, and it was just a blessing. I learned a lot from Coach Tim Kennedy, Pat Kennedy, Coach Caballero, Coach CJ, Coach Dillon. Yeah, it's just been a blessing, and I think this has prepared me most for college, more than any other school would.
Mikey had a breakout junior season, putting up 13 points a game. He also averaged 6 rebounds and 4.5 assists on a Mitty team that was crowned WCAL and CCS champions.
Junior year, like from the start, first practice we said our goal was to win state. And we came up short of that, but we still did end up winning league and winning CCS. So I was pretty happy about that, but we just came up short in the semifinals against Bishop O'Dowd. In the WCAL, you get a matchup every single night, and everybody's going to give it their all. And this is what's going to prepare me most for college, and that's what I knew coming into Mitty my 8th grade years.
The level of play in the WCAL worked out in Mikey's favor. He committed to Pepperdine University.
I chose to commit my sophomore year of high school. I just felt really comfortable with Coach Romar and the rest of the Pepperdine staff, and it just felt like home, and I knew right away that I wanted to go there. I love the offense, the location, and just the academics too.
Some of Mikey's friends gave him a hard time for committing so early. He did get offers from bigger schools, but
I shut it down. I like to say I'm a loyal guy.
Mikey is hoping to have a stellar senior season once COVID-19 restrictions are lifted. but Mikey has been able to take this time to really work on his game.
I just looked at it as a blessing because usually you go straight to high school, to AAU, and you don't really get to work on your game as much. During this COVID time, I just worked on my game, and I feel like I've made strides with my game. I'd still definitely have stuff to work on, but I feel like I've really made improvements in shooting.
Mikey is ready to get back on that court.
I just feel like all my life I've been underrated. I've had to prove to people that I can play basketball.
He's ready to play, shoot, and train until all of the doubters are on the Mikey Mitchell bandwagon. Mikey is itching to play some real games. He says all of the hard work he's put into improving his game during the pandemic will really show once play resumes.
Yeah, and he was a great player before the pandemic.
He was very great. WCAL Player of the Year, and now he's been traveling up to Napa to play club games with Prolific Prep, so he's been getting in some scrimmage work, but nothing like a real, WCAL game.
Yep, we are all hoping that we get to see them play this year.
Exactly, yes.
All right, coming up, with precision and power, she's one of the very best in the nation. We'll meet Kate Wong next.
And later, Duke Reeder, the lacrosse player or football player, Duke has a decision to make. We are back at Levi Stadium and the NBC Sports Studio with the story of the San Francisco figure skater who's among the best in the nation.
Yeah, she's really good. Danielle Podlaski is back with us now to introduce us to Kate Wong.
Robert, Lowell sophomore Kate Wong was introduced to the sport of figure skating when she was just 4 years old, and she never looked back. Now 15 years old, Kate is competing against the best of the best and hopes to one day take her talents to the Olympics.
When I'm in the air and I know that I'm going to land on one foot safely on the ice, that just feels like the most satisfying thing ever. Just being able to glide out on that one edge and knowing that you did it well, and yeah, it's a great feeling.
Lowell sophomore Kate Wong loves the feeling of landing a jump. Nailing an element is something she does quite often in front of huge crowds in big competitions as a member of Team USA. Kate first fell in love with the sport around age 4.
When I was 3 and 10 months, almost 4, my mom took me to a local ice rink in Belmont and I tried it out. I took my first steps on the ice and I really enjoyed it. So after that we came again and again and again, and soon after that I was skating just regularly.
That love, mixed with raw talent and dedication, is pushing Kate to the top.
Kate's always been a very talented skater ever since she was little, whipping around the rink, and she just had this natural talent, and if you were to ask people who know her, she's just fun on the ice. She doesn't take it too seriously. At the same time, she's been very committed for 10 years.
Kate skates at the junior level right now. Junior is directly beneath senior, the highest level of competition.
Junior and senior are the elite levels. Senior is the level that qualifies you for the Olympics and for the World Championships. Junior and senior is what is at our national championships at this time, and so there's really not much differentiation. It's just basically experience, and there's no higher level than senior level. So you could be senior and be there for the next 10 years.
Last season, Kate was the top-ranked junior lady in the United States. She competed at international competitions in Italy and Russia, as well as the 2020 Winter Youth Olympics in Switzerland.
I got to meet a lot of new people, a lot of new athletes from all over the world, and I made friends with them as well. And yeah, it was fun competing with them.
She competed individually, but then there was also a team event where she competed with other skaters from other countries, so from like Japan and Russia, and in that team event, she actually won a silver medal. So she's a Youth Olympic silver medalist.
After her exceptional performances abroad, Kate was given a world ranking. Back in October, Kate was invited to skate as a senior at a competition.
She was actually invited to do the one international that Team USA did this year, which was Skate America in Las Vegas. We declined because we just weren't really ready. She needed some extra time, and so we just thought we won't do that. So definitely next season she'll be senior.
It takes a tremendous amount of hard work and dedication to be an elite skater.
It's a lifestyle choice, not only just from Kate, but from her parents, from her. You have, I'm her head coach, she has a spin coach, she has an off-ice trainer, she's got a choreographer, she's got a sports therapist that she talks to once a week to help with focus. She's got support from Team USA. It's a lifestyle choice.
Unlike most elite level skaters who are homeschooled, Kate is a full-time student at Lowell.
It's important to be a well-rounded person, not just like that athlete who commits his or her entire self to skating. Like, I want to be able to socialize with my friends and have a good time and learn something at school as well. So
every day, Kate is running home from the rink to hop online for her virtual classes.
On a normal day, I would wake up at 6:15, have breakfast, get all ready for skating, and then come to the rink at about 7:15, and then I'd warm up, get on the ice at 7:45, skate an hour and a half, get off at about 9:15, and then I would take my skates off and rush to school because my school starts at 9:35.
While it is sometimes difficult to juggle the sport and schoolwork, Kate's coach believes her schooling has a positive effect on her skating.
You can do both. You can be a full-time student, and you can be an elite level skater. You have to be disciplined, but it shows on the ice, and I think that well-roundedness, and it gives her something other things to think about. So she can focus on skating here when she's on the ice, and then leave this on the ice and focus on chemistry and honors English or whatever she's taking.
COVID-19 has canceled many of this season's competitions, but Kate continues to train.
Normally at this level, we have 3 or 4 national competitions, events, internationals that you can test your programs and get that experience and get that feedback. With Team USA, we have about 2 or 3 different national camps that she attends that haven't happened. So we've been kind of very isolated, like everybody, during this time.
With Kate competing as a senior next year, she will be eligible to be selected to skate on figure skating's biggest stage, the Olympics.
I think for her, the sky's the limit. And I think if you were to ask people around who see her skate and know her skating, they would agree.
I've definitely contemplated it before, but it's not like I wake up every day going like, oh, I need to get to the Olympics, but it's definitely, if it did happen, I'd be very honored to go. And I know the 2022 Olympics are in my parents' hometown, so that'd be very convenient as well.
Skating is a huge part of Kate's life, but the 15-year-old has many other interests. Kate hopes to attend college and already knows her field of study.
I definitely enjoy school a lot, and I do hope to go to college. Ever since I was little, I've been very interested in marine biology, so that's probably what I'm going to pursue.
From the moment Kate Wong stepped onto the ice for the first time, she was something special. A natural talent that 11 years later is a member of Team USA, preparing to compete at the highest level next season. A natural talent that could one day step onto the ice at the Olympics.
Kate is currently training for the U.S. Figure Skating Championships next month. Like Kate's other competitions this season, the championships may be canceled because of COVID-19. Either way, Kate will be ready.
Yeah, and I know those championships were supposed to be in San Jose, which would have been great to see her, but not going to happen here now. Hopefully it'll happen.
Yeah, they're still waiting, so fingers crossed they get some good news.
Everybody waiting.
All right. Next up, it's Deja Vu. Each week, Clover Dairy brings us athletes who are grazing their way through the professional ranks. This week, we feature former De La Salle standout Devin Asiasi.
Devin was great for the Spartans before heading off to play at Michigan and then UCLA. Devin was selected in the 3rd round of the 2020 NFL Draft by New England. Devin was placed on injured reserve last month. Coming up, the championship game in our Madden E-Game tournament next.
And later, the lacrosse star turned football stud. You'll meet Duke Reeder later on in the show.
Some see a grilled cheese sandwich and ask why. I see a new kitchen with a grill and ask why not.
I really need to start adding less to cart and more to savings.
Sitting on this couch so long made me want to make some changes, starting with this couch.
Yeah, I need a house with a different view. And this is the bank that will help you do it all. Because at U.S. Bank, our people are dedicated to turning your new inspiration into your next pursuit.
It's understandable to feel anxious, stressed, or lonely because of COVID-19. Physical separation, your own health, and the health of friends and family can weigh heavily on you. Call a timeout on work. Get a game plan for mental wellness with crucial mental health resources from CalHope. We'll help you carry the ball. Call 1-833-317-HOPE to talk to someone who can help, or visit calhope.dhcs.ca.gov. CalHope, official partner of the San Francisco 49ers.
For more than 65 years, Cupertino Electric has been delivering power and possibilities. With offices throughout California and project sites throughout the U.S., Cupertino Electric today builds renewable, commercial, utility, and data center projects for some of the most influential companies in the world. Beyond that, we are a people company. We build family, communities, and meaningful careers. Visit CEI.com today or connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, or other social sites to see our openings and join our team.
Devcon Construction is #1 in the Bay Area and Silicon Valley because of trust. 95% of our business comes from repeat customers. They know the customer is our top priority. That's why Devcon was the choice for the 49ers Stadium and for the Earthquake Stadium. Devcon was also chosen when outstanding schools like Bellarmine, the Nueva School, and Mitty wanted the very best on time and on budget. Top Bay Area companies know Devcon is the best choice whether it's new construction or renovation. Devcon Construction, helping to build the best in Silicon Valley. Our e-game tournament has come down to this one final game.
It's the title game here.
I'm so excited.
Right? Here are the highlights.
My name is Gabe Shahil. I go to Santa Teresa High School. I play running back in DB, and I'm playing the championship game. I'm undefeated in the regular season. Haven't lost in the playoffs, obviously. Personally, I feel like I'm the team to beat right now. I have the hot hand and looking to bring it home right here today.
My name's Simeon Milan. I go to Skyline High School. I play running back, and I'm using the Chiefs. My record, I went 5-1 in the regular season. Yeah, I'm just looking to win this Super Bowl.
After a close first half, things heat up late in the third with a Simeon special. A deep ball to Hardman for a 63-yard TD. Now down 3, Hollywood is on the move, but is picked off. Now Simi, showing some skills, takes it down the sideline for a pick 6. Next Tampa Bay possession, Hollywood trying to get back in the game, but was that a replay? That's Simeon doing his thing with back-to-back pick 6s to end the third. Now down 17, Hollywood connects with Mike Evans over the middle for a 72-yard gain, but is brought down at the 1. On 4th and goal, Hollywood finds a way to punch it in to make it a 10-point game, but it is too little, too late. Simeon is in control. With 6 seconds left to go in the game, Hollywood cancels Simi's victory lap with a pick 6 that comes up a day late and a dollar show. Skyline Simi is our Cal High Madden Super Bowl champion.
Well, I knew coming into the game that he was going to look for the deep ball. I know it's his favorite thing to do, so I was kind of playing the deep ball, but I feel like I played a little too much, gave him too much underneath. He was just slicing and dicing me. I gave him a couple deep balls, 2 deep balls that were both touchdowns. Those kind of killed me. Tried to fight back, but I couldn't stop my offense. That's what it was.
I just had to focus more. I seen he was trying to put up a fight. I had to switch my defense up and stuff and bring out the box.
Follow UGL on social media and subscribe to UGL World_TV on Twitch to view the full game.
So congratulations to the champion. Next week, the champ will meet 49er and former Oakland Tech quarterback Josh Johnson. Highlights from that one next week. Josh keeps claiming that he's this great player, so we'll find out.
Great Madden player?
That's what he says, so we'll find out for sure.
All right, we'll see. The Harker School brings us the Scholar Athlete Award each week. This week we honor Kate Wong, who you met earlier in the show. Kate is sporting a 4.0 GPA.
Very impressive. Brought to you by the Harker School. On November 20th, Harker held the first event of its virtual concert series featuring the Project Trio. The event included a live chat with Project Trio bassist Peter Seymour and a viewing of their concert from February of last year. The next virtual concert series event will feature Layla Bialy on December 11th, followed by Taylor Eigsty on January 22nd. At Harker, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org.
Be sure to check us out on social media for lots of fun content, including videos, news updates, and lots more. We're at 49ers Cal High everywhere, including TikTok.
Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get updates on when new videos are posted each week. Coming up, double duty for this St. Ignatius standout Duke Reader.
You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Lexus of Stevens Creek, we get it. By Clover Sonoma, the #1 milk brand in Northern California and proud partners of the 49ers. And by Devcon Construction, build, design, perform, sustain.
We are back at Levi Stadium with our next feature story for this week, brought to you by Service by Medallion.
I'm sure a lot of athletes wish they could be in Duke Reader's shoes. The senior from St. Ignatius is committed to playing college lacrosse, but now with player walk-on offers in football from schools like Stanford, Duke has a decision to make. Last season, the St. Ignatius Wildcats did the unthinkable. After a 3-8 finish back in 2018, the 2019 Wildcats went 9-3 on the season, 6-1 in the WCAL. That 6th league title happened on the last game of the season against the Serra Padres, the eventual NorCal champions. It earned the Wildcats a share of the WCAL title.
That was one of the better feelings I've ever had. I jokingly say my life peaked at that moment, but not jokingly.
Duke Reader is a senior D-end and tight end for the Wildcats.
Just when all the students stormed the field, it was, quintessential SI experience, so it was really an awesome feeling.
It was a feeling Duke may not have ever experienced because just 3 months earlier, Duke had never even played in a single football game.
Last year was my first year ever playing football. I played lacrosse my whole life, that was my thing. And I just decided to play. A bunch of my buddies convinced me to play. I thought, why not? It was one of the better decisions I've ever made.
Duke came out spring of 19 and said he was interested in coming out for football, which we all supported. And I knew Duke as a lacrosse player as that level of an athlete and a very high-level athlete at that sport. So was excited to see what he could, what translates and what he could do on the football field.
Duke grew up playing lacrosse. He is a 3-year varsity starter for the nationally ranked team here at St. Ignatius. He's committed to playing lacrosse at Cornell.
I chose Cornell. One, it's an amazing education. It's a great program, but mainly because of the guys on the team. When I visited, I got to hang out with them, and they were some of the coolest people I've ever met.
With college lacrosse on his radar, Duke wanted to earn another varsity letter, this time in football.
I came out really not knowing what to do. Offense, I was lost. I didn't really know what to do at all until in the middle of the season. But defense, I sort of picked it up pretty quickly. All the concepts and everything. I just felt like with my attitude and work ethic, I was able to earn a starting spot.
Duke did more than earn a starting spot. When the season was over, Duke was awarded second-team All-League honors.
Football is really new to me. The first couple of practices, I was pretty scared. I didn't really know what to do. So I put in a lot of hard work and effort into sort of figuring everything out. So it's definitely really gratifying to be honored with an All-League recognition. It showed that a lot of my hard work had paid off throughout the season, and that I had a good base to build off of for next season.
Duke's an incredibly intense competitor, and he brings that to our team and to the guys around him, to his position group. So that's number one in terms of what shows on the field. And I think that comes out in how he plays. You see the level of intensity all the time. He has a very high motor, and the motor runs hot all the time, so which is great at a defensive end, outside linebacker position when you got that.
Now, Duke isn't so sure college lacrosse is his future.
Yeah, so I'm looking at different opportunities to play football in college. I've been mainly thinking about lacrosse and all that throughout, basically since 6th grade. I've been sort of on the lacrosse recruiting trail, trying to play collegiate lacrosse. But now that sort of football's become an opportunity, I've been trying to explore that and all the options I can, just to see if it's a possibility and see if it's something I'd like to do.
Duke can absolutely play at the next level. He's getting interest because coaches at the college level can see that as well, and I think they're right. And Duke has a strong passion for the sport. He's building it, and he knows that's what he wants to do. So he can absolutely play at the next level.
As far as football recruiting, I have 2 offers and 2 preferred walk-on offers. So I'm just trying to feel everything out as things go. Applying to different schools, talking to different coaches, and just seeing how things pan out.
When you ask Duke which sport he would rather play in college,
I really don't know. That's the thing. That's the decision I'm, trying to make in the future. I have love for both of the sports. Obviously football is a lot newer to me. There's a lot more unknown. Whereas lacrosse I've been playing for 14 years, so I sort of know everything about the game. Not everything. There's always still things to learn, but I know a lot more. Yeah, so I really don't know.
Whether it's football or lacrosse, Duke Reader has his sights set on making it to that next level.
Now, Duke says the best case scenario is being able to play football at Cornell in the fall and then lacrosse for the Big Red in the spring. He's a tough decision to make in the upcoming months. Maybe we'll see where he stands after the football season.
That would be really interesting, but Cornell, you can't really lose.
Yeah,
with Cornell.
you cannot.
Outstanding school. All right, coming up, better than Sonoma State for sure. Coming up, the stories we will be featuring on our next week's show.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Ricketts Center.
I'm Andrew Havili, and today's training tip is a barbell pull and high pull. These exercises are your foundations for your cleans, your snatches, all your Olympic lifts. So Ben's gonna load up with his hips back, feet flat, and from there he's gonna come up onto his toes in a triple extension. But now he's gonna go fast with it, and this is the pull part. Good, again. Who wants to do a high pull now, he'll do the same thing, but now drive his elbows up as he goes. Go ahead. The power should be coming from your hip extension. This is a barbell pull and high pull.
That's our 49ers Cal High Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Next week, we'll feature the father and daughter team looking to have a big season on the basketball court, the Clayton Valley football player coming back from a scary injury, and a world champion martial artist. He's really good. You won't want to miss that. We'll see you then.